round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle.
Oh, what am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, but she'd never do business with baddies. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your tongue a lash.
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know what she said?
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as...
You're doing good trade, then?
Can't complain. What exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my...
Just asking. All right. I'm...
Oh. Are you?
I didn't all I know is that someone in Dalamil has been...
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocence, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of, but that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. No.
Of course. I spoke with...
What did she...
That the rumors were unfounded, along with some other things. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted...
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't... But why would people say she was?
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, I'm going to that trader. He said... So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone...
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, but...
I suppose it is.
Seems the hideaway has lost its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be...
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be out. So...
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to it. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredient...
Wow. That's a question for a kindly old fella who haunts...
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your...
You do that.
Is a storm coming soon?
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Valicia, a culinary pilgrim. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew.
That's actually why I'm here.
Ah, so the fabled sandbrick... Now, skyworm.
Dragon livers. How very Sambraquois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's breath. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern. said to be the very colour of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance. A herb which grows along the north. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life.
meaning that if I find one, I find the other?
Best of luck, Clive, and do save me a bite once the dish is...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales. The ones she made for... I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from...
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice. They were in the atrium when I last saw them.
It seems the hideaway's lost its...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of... Every piece has its own role to play. And if even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. The body. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one?
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear.
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
Not my fault. You should...
You know what part's supposed to move, and how so? Let's put the pieces together.
Not a bad idea. These round parts are called the pans. You all know...
I do. Molly, but these aren't for frying bangers, what if I wanted to weigh goods?
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. So, Now that we've...
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say...
You hear that?
Until then, though...
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well?
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to see how they work.
Oh, no.
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended up...
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children are...
Please, there's no need. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared...
Which explains her... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canberra was attacked, she will already have begun gathering.
The table isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts, and the more war being waged. And who will they all turn? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, just so. You'll find her right here, plying her trade most...
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably... But it'd be a bolder man than me, that feeling bold, traveller. Now, if that's all, I have places...
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So...
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of...
All right, but...
You too, Goods.
The finest self.
The gentleman of the town guard are a strapping bunch. Perhaps. Men of the League of Merchants have deeper pockets. What a mess. Where do we even... You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Let's go. Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it...
It was a fairly So...
That's up to die a slow death, boys. He's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Let there be light!
Yeah!
done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamir. Then you turned... Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Lord!
Goot.
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay him...
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very Goots, was it? I have only with your... Run along now.
No.
No.
I don't care what she did. I won't let... Promise me, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no...
Enough!
Karen.
But how did you...
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? Though it was just Bogan. I thought the years might have taught you some sense. What was it we called you? Wetlet.
You. Everything that... It was all... And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It ain't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, but he crossed a line, dragging pub. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs, but...
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it all right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
nothing like a dish of...
I didn't mean to make... I just thought I had to protect...
Aye. Well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse. You've always been me right eye, Goot. And I'd have you stay that way. Why, you big... Fine. Play the hero if...
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. He'll need to start looking out. Till then, he'll need people to watch.
Of course.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
Fate seemed bent on driving me from my inn. If they want me out,
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many who are happy to take advantage of it.
My lord Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, tasked with learning what I am. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left the subsequent darkening of the heavens as the gears of governance have ground to a halt. The realm. Your lord, uncle, however...
That sounds like...
It is.
Alas.
I have lost contact with... They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times, even that may not...
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic. The other...
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
the gentlemen of the town guard.
Good girl.
Faster!
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master. If you kindly pay the...
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to...
Oh, you're more than one. He hasn't had many visitors since we... Farewell.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican Army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the cap. Those who weren't recalled...
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate, if he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. Good girl. What happened here?
If you're with the other, they've already...
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent...
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wells.
Of the 7 high houses of... It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell them I...
Thank you. I shall.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
hell! Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir to the...
It's just Clive. And I'm fine, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't. There are few hands left to work the fields. The market stalls are nearly bare. And the price for what remains... When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably...
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
I shall return to Northreach, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've gone. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
You needn't fret. The creatures have been...
To the meadows, then.
Enough of you, are there? Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back. I see your...
The rest's location of fort. Speaking of which, I received word from both...
I only happened to be in the right place at the right... They both seem to think the realm's...
I am afraid that Grim would... Storm is in crisis. And if we are to... And we must work.
As it is mine.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold. Some women lust at, and to satisfy that lust I sold to opposing armies. But then one day, said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded
Was that the first time you met?
Aye. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Told me about his plan to topple the Mother Christ. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of... Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the rich. And that's when he had me. And the rest, as they say, is ancient. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest damn. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have... Clive. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. Finished, are you?
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
So?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cook. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they would allow it. The echoes have a will of their own.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive. But with better manners.
Time to fight. You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
The ether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were good. It's only... We can't...
I'll go.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
I got here in time.
Is someone there? Please! I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor?
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it. You seem familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there, in Cosnis, when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith, when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday. You will regret not killing me when you had a chance, Sid.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Here, take a look at my wares. Come again.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us! We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity!
How dare you!
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The King! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because
Figuratively, I have.
Well, yeah, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade. That an elder Dread Evis had been sighted. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts.
How do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of...
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumph.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalamil.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was?
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like him always are.
How are those new boots treating you?
You! Finally.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would have...
The university?
A specialist in ancient culture. In my heyday, no obstacle. The answers I seek lying just... Would you to an old man
Climb the stairs
and memorize a few inscriptions for me. Some courteous soul is rumored to have... 3 of them, to be precise. Oh, I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light, namely, the otherwise undocumented...
I can't promise I'll remember everything.
Remember what you can. Yeah.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Decent quarry's been hard to find.
Thank you for the deer leg, mister.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Have you noticed the elders?
Not a scratch on them.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to...
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Thoughts like you.
How are those new boots treating you?
The engravings were in good repair, considering their age.
Oh, what the like? Come, don't tease me now. What did... let's start.
Guardians of the Republic.
The Republic? Are you certain? These stones predate the founding of Dhalmekia by centuries.
That can't be right, then. Guardians of the Crystal. The first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of the... But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from there? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or... I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening.
Children of the Hunters, now sworn to serve the sun.
Sun worship?
I could have sworn it was something. Children of the Hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor. 3 engravings. 1 Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many.
How are those new boots treating you?
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the